Alright, guys, so this is another Patreon request, and this one comes from Gordon Rajani, who asked me to uh, basically bring back a dust off another thing I used to do here on YouTube. And this is, well, I haven't done it in a while, but anyway, so this is basically Let's Talk About, whereas more like, so it was me just talking about random ships for various shows and whatnot, and it became like a segment of its own. And yeah, so this one is much like when he asked me to do talking about like what would the characters from Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss listening to. This was kind of on this was the other request for me that he asked me to do. And yeah, so this is going to be me talking about the ships for Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel that I enjoy. So this is kind of really the thing is that this, I don't think this is going to be a long video because this is a pretty open shut video. But I will say that like I do want to, like, this does give me a moment to like, you know, give a piece of my mind out there to the internet. And yeah, so let's get started with on the Helluva Boss side. And there's really no ship I really like. I mean, yeah, Stolas and Blitz, but Blitz really just does shoot himself in the foot, and I think that's kind of the thing, is that it's supposed to show that Blitz himself is pretty toxic. Even though I do like them, I do like that dynamic, it's pretty toxic. Even on Stolas' side, it's pretty toxic. Even though yes, Stolas has his own demons, literally. And also, can we just talk about the fact that, like, it took me a moment, like, to realize that his father, Feynman, is voiced by Jonathan Freeman, who is the voice of Jafar from Aladdin. Yeah, that blew my mind. I was like, wait, that's the voice of Jafar. How do you keep getting these people, Viv? You got fucking Alex Brightman, Beetlejuice. You got, you know, Christina V, Sailor, Ladybug and Sailor Venus. And you also got Daryl fucking Dixon himself from Walking Dead. Well, I know that's not the actor's name, but yeah, we all know him as Daryl. Yeah, it blows my mind that we get these actors, but anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway, so the one ship that I will talk about, and I think we all enjoy, is Moxie and Millie, because Moxie and Millie are just, they're the best. They're the whole fucking best, and there's really nothing I can say about it other than, it's so fucking cute, I love them. And that's kind of the point of them, is that they're kind of a relationship that exists in a place that where it shouldn't exist. That's the whole point of the show, is to show that Moxie and Millie's relationship is like wrong in hell. Even, like, that's the whole point. And I really don't like it when people try to like break them up or do store, like, I'm all for, you know, fan fiction and fan art and whatnot, but when you're shipping, like, doing ships like Luna and Moxie, or Millie cheating on Moxie and stuff like that, and I'm like, I have a problem with that, because clearly you people don't understand the whole point, is that's the point, is that they're supposed to be a loving couple in hell, and that's always the excuse, is like, oh, it's hell, like, anything goes in hell. But I'm like, we literally just did the final episode in season 1 where it literally talked about Moxie doesn't want anyone else but Millie. We literally there was a whole fucking episode about that. Did no one get that? Like, did no one catch on to that? Or you guys just want, like, or is that like the relationship you want, is just like, you know, something so toxic happening to you? So I don't know. And that's the same thing for, like, and that's really the only thing I have for Helluva Boss, really, because it's just Moxie and Millie. Then we have over on the other end of that spectrum, the only ship I really like that matters is Charlie and Vaggie. That's really it. And I don't understand why people ship Charlie with Alistair when Alistair's asexual, who has no interest in anybody, and he's clearly evil. He's clearly a bad guy, and I don't understand why people have to, you know, break characters up in their fics and stories and whatnot to ship with someone who's clearly in a healthy relationship. Do you guys just not want like, I'm generally curious. I don't mean this as a knock, but like, do you guys just not want your own healthy relationships? Like, is that how it is? Like, do you guys just not want that in your own lives? I don't understand where the mindset is. And yeah, it just kind of bothers me that, like, there's people out there like, oh, you know, Vaggy's nothing, Alistair's where it is. I'm like, don't, you know, like, I understand that you want to fuck the radio man, but and you're just using Charlie as your vehicle to be you fucking the radio man in your stories. That's what it boils down to, I feel like, half the time. So yeah, it's just I mean, ship whatever you want, but, like, I'm like, it always bothers me that, like, here we already have a established relationship in the shows, both Moxie and Millie and Charlie and Vaggy, but, like, we want to ship them with other people and also more toxic people. I don't understand that. Like, I generally do not understand, like, the mindset for any of that nonsense. That's what it really feels like to me. It's just flat out it just feels like flat out nonsense, and I don't know what to say about it. I really don't. Anyway, yeah, there's really nothing I could say. As for, like, ships I would enjoy seeing, I mean, there's Luna and Vortex, but I'm like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's where I'm kind of at. I will say that I would not be opposed to seeing, not like as a couple, but I would like to see, like, Cherry and Serpentius, like, team up and have, like, a... God, could you imagine those two teaming up, like, for something, like, in Hell, and just getting into shenanigans together? That'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, so there you go, guys. I know this was a pretty short one, but really there was nothing I could say, and I just wanted to be like, alright, so I'm just going to talk about how, like, it just feels weird that the fandom really just does, like, all we want is a good ship. Here's two good ships. We don't want it. We want the toxic characters. I don't understand it. I really don't. So you guys tell me in the comments below, where do you stand on Helluva? What are some of your Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel ships? What are some of your favorites there? And yeah, as always, I'd like to thank Gordon Rajani for the Patreon support and the continued patronage. And as always with these videos, if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, and hit the 4th tier, where you guys can send me a request for anything within reason. There is a bit of a wait, so I try to get to them. I try to get to them within a reasonable time at one point or another. But anyway, beside the point. So other than that, you can also check out the exclusive content over on Patreon, but other than that, I am Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.